What's going on, people? Good morning. Welcome to the Morning View. Welcome to United View. How are you guys doing? It is the day before the final. It is all going off. We're going to have an Erik Ten Hag press conference later on today. But this is your latest dose of Manchester United transfer news, goings-ons, injury, team updates, etc., etc. But today, obviously, Morning View settings, top of the morning, top of the hour. It is about transfers, and we've got a lot to talk about. We're going to be talking about Mason Mount again with a shock swap deal. Harry Maguire plus cash, potentially. Pochettino tried to sign Harry Maguire before. We're going to get into that. We did report yesterday, as did a lot of others, about Rasmus Hojlund having talks with Manchester United, but that's gone one step further with Erik Ten Hag actually having some personal conversations with him, and there's been a change in his agency, etc., etc. We're going to talk about that. And a little bit about Scott McTominay as well, and then in the lead up to this final. So, and anything else that might happen during the hour that we're live as well, because loads of other things usually do happen as well. So please smash a like on the video just to get you guys involved. Let's see who's checking in. AL says live from NYC in Brooklyn. Makish says bonjour. Yes, bro, says Diaz. Tabislow says take the shoes and stuff off and smash a like. Smash the like button. Big up fam, says Tabislow. And who else have we got here? Morning Flex, and that should say Owen. Is it a mystery or something? They don't know who Owen is? Or?
There's been a lot of speculation, Flex. I don't know if you noticed this after yesterday's video, in that people were saying that yesterday, obviously, fantastic intro, which we've got loaded in. We can play it later. Amazing intro. Lots of people were saying that it was AI because I don't go outside. It had to be green screen and camera trickery. And just so you know, guys, yeah? Just so you know, right, about going outside. What's this, Fleck? What's this on my head this morning? Sunburn.
From what, though? There was no...
The sun.
It was out for about 4 minutes. Then it went behind the clouds. Then it was back out. It was... Like yesterday, I wouldn't say it was a sunny day.
Ironically, we're on UV, but the UV, is strong regardless of clouds, yeah? You always have to put it on. I didn't put it on, and look what happened to me.
So the UV from the UV is not helping you. Yeah, you'd think.
No, it was. I was sitting here last night. I put it in the group. I went, wait a minute. And I sort of looked in the mirror. I went, I'm sunburned. I'm sunburned. If we've learned a lesson, guys, don't go outside. It's dangerous.
No, not that. No, just people like you. You can't go outside. We were fine.
We were talking. No.
Mortada says, Flex just saw you dab Varane on the thumbnail with no gloves on. Can you justify yourself? Can I justify myself?
Mm.
Well, justify what? What is that to justify?
Well, it's a nice plug, actually, and it's a nice segue because coming up 10 a.m. this morning, right after this video, you don't even have to go anywhere. It's so simple for you. Once this stream ends, once this video ends, you'll be redirected straight to a Aaron Wan-Bissaka interview with Fleck. It's more than that as well. It's not just an Aaron Wan-Bissaka interview. It's a United View visiting Carrington, talking to Raphael Varane, talking to McTominay, talking to Facundo. I mean, there's so much. There's so much going on in that video. So you don't even have to go anywhere. 10 a.m., less than an hour's time, you'll be directed straight there. So you can click a like on that button as well. And you can click a like on this one. You can comment it. And you can subscribe. Tomorrow's FA Cup final, Fleck. Come on.
I can't wait. I honestly can't wait. I'm so excited now. To be fair, I am. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But Mason Mount's at the top of the hour, and Harry Maguire swap deal. I know Todd Bowley is insane, but that can't just be you give us Harry Maguire and we give you Mason Mount. Surely not.
Yeah, well, it's coming from, questionable sources, it must be said, because it's quite questionable to have Mason Mount and Harry Maguire be involved in some kind of part exchange. So it is coming from the Sun. So, you know. But Harry Maguire, according to this report, could form part of Manchester United's package to land Chelsea's Mason Mount. The rationale, I guess, behind this is that Mauricio Pochettino reportedly tried to sign Maguire whilst he was at Hull. And also, Flex, if you cast your mind back, Harry Maguire was linked to a Chelsea move last summer when Thomas Tuchel was there, when they were buying all of these defenders. And I think maybe take your mind away from the personnel involved here. What we could see is that actually this is more reflective of how United are going to maybe be trying to do business this summer. We know the budget isn't ginormous. I think it is bigger than 100 million. We know that player sales are going to have to be utilized to raise funds. But this isn't even the first sort of part exchange transfer that we've heard about. There's also been rumors of possibly Scott McTominay being involved in a deal for Declan Rice at West Ham. So clearly, depending on who you believe, there might be something in this. Well, actually, what if we give you this player and give you a bit of cash, which is, you know, something that, to be fair, United fans have been saying. How many transfer windows have we done, Fleck, when then people have been going, well, just give them this player plus a bit of money. We did it all last summer. I'll give Ajax this player and some cash. Maybe United are going to do it this summer.
Yeah, no, maybe they don't. Maybe you say maybe they will do it. Did you say? Yeah, maybe they will. Exactly. That's the way it's looking, isn't it? That's the way it's coming up. I mean, just this morning as well, from the Evening Standard a few minutes ago, I kind of doubling down on the Mason Mount thing about Manchester United have agreed personal terms. I know Fabrizio Hello Guys said that there is no personal terms agreed yet. You know, that there's just dialogue. And I think the truth is somewhere in between. Obviously, when you've got two contrasting reports like that, one saying there's no personal terms agreed, one saying there is, it means there's serious dialogue happening, and something significant, you would assume, is going to happen soon. It feels like that anyway, with the way that this transfer story is playing out. But I mean, we spoke about many times places where Maguire could go, couldn't we? When we were like, Spurs in the back three, back five, whatever you want to call it. Where else could he go? Villa, maybe.
They play a high line.
High line, so not. And you were like, we were running out of options. We certainly didn't say anywhere else in the top six. Go on.
Newcastle?
Nah. No, I'm going to say no.
Are they already too good?
I think they will. Yeah, I think because of the riches of the resources that they've got, and now they are in the Champions League, it puts them into a realm of really trying to push the boat out and get some top profile players. I don't think Eddie Howe goes, I'll play it safe and go with, to go and get Sven Botman like they did when they weren't in Newcastle in the Champions League. And they wanted him and couldn't get him first, and then waited and got him in the January, I think, didn't they? That shows you like the level of player that they want. And now they're in the Champions League. I don't think Eddie Howe goes, actually, maybe Maguire would do a job. You never know, though. You never know, because he does like that British core, working with players who you might not necessarily think would be the ones. And look at Dan Burn, look at Longstaff.
They still play Fabian Schär, don't they?
They still play Fabian Schär. They still play Jacob Murphy sometimes.
Yeah,
I know, but that surely has got to start coming to an end. Now they're going up the gears.
Replacing those guys,
exactly,
higher quality.
And that's no disrespect to those guys, because they've actually done an amazing.
Got the Champions League. Yeah,
nobody wanted to go Newcastle and play them with them same players playing. Yeah. Fabian Schär was rubbish before. Rubbish. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Put him next to Sven Botman, take out Lascelles and look. So. Yeah, I don't think they'll go for Maguire. But it is, when you see the reports of, like you said, questionable source, Pochettino did want him before, and I don't know.
When he was at Hull, and you go, yeah, but he's had 2 clubs since then.
Yeah, and when he was at Hull, he was actually on the come up where people thought, who's this big guy?
Yeah.
He's good in the air, can ping it a bit. How's he going to go down? And actually, that eventually that got him to Leicester, even though they'd been relegated. That got him to Leicester. So. Yeah, I think it's a different.
But do you think with this disparity in terms of the fee that both clubs are looking for in this deal, reportedly Chelsea want like 80, 85 and United want 55, 60. And we did speak about this yesterday, didn't we? Saying that actually that's a big gap. That is a big gap. That's a gap of like 30 million, 25 million. So to overcome that, because even if you're going to meet halfway, it's still a lot of money. Maybe a way to overcome that gap is by let's throw a player in. Would you fancy Harry Maguire? I can't see why Chelsea would want him, because they've already got a ton of defenders. They signed loads last summer anyway, so I can't really see the rationale, unless Pochettino's like, I'm going to get rid of some defenders in the summer. But they signed again some young centre-backs as well. They got Fofana, they got Badiashile. Obviously, they got some older ones like Koulibaly. They've still got Thiago Silva there. So already they got 4 centre-backs. So you're sort of saying, do you really need to bring Harry Maguire into that squad? Probably not. Nah. But at the same time,
I don't see how.
At the same time, I'm done trying to figure out what Chelsea's transfer strategy is, because I don't know. I don't know what it is. It might have changed again. So
because if you get Poch, you would assume that it's going to change again.
Yeah, but if he's going to, remember, his next move is I'm leaving Man United because I've got to play, because I'm not playing here, and the manager doesn't rate me, and the majority of the fan base doesn't really rate me as well. But particularly, the main thing is I'm not getting game time, and the manager of the England national team, for whatever reason, has backed me. But even he is saying, look, I can't last forever. You've got to be playing at least on a semi-regular basis for me to even justify picking you. Because every time I do, the media are asking me, and I don't really have good reasons to actually, to be picking you. So he needs to be going somewhere that he's going to play. So if he did go to Chelsea, he's probably still not going to play. So it's a if anything, in terms of what Chelsea have been this season, it's a downward move. But also in terms of his playing time, it's a sideways move, because he still wouldn't be playing. So that's where I sort of go, I don't really see the legs in this one. Now, if it was for a team like, say, West Ham, involved in the Declan Rice deal, you go, wow, I could see him playing for West Ham. I could see him playing in a David Moyes team. Is he an upgrade on what they've got at centre-back? I don't know. I don't know.
Who they got?
Who's better, Zuma or Maguire?
Mate. I'm having Zuma in my team.
I'd have Zuma.
Who's the other one? Carrera, the PSG kid.
And, do they still play Ogbonna?
Ogbonna, yeah, sometimes, because he came back.
He's better than Ogbonna, I think.
Yeah. It's
slim
picking.
Well, it depends on the day. He could partner Zuma.
I get, that's the other one. Quite aggressive. The fact that we're like this, there you go. It shows you. It shows you. We don't. But really my point
being is, if he went to West Ham, he would play. David Moyes would play.
Plays right back. Yeah, I keep getting Carrera and Agard sometimes mixed up. Yeah, I feel like
David Moyes would play at West Ham.
But he would. Oh yeah, of course he would. The thing is, though, is that Harry Maguire. I'm going to speak as Harry Maguire. Yeah, this is I'm better than that. I'm not going down to West. Like, I don't want to. I'm better than that.
And I would say Harry. I'd go Harry. Okay, where are you going to go then? Tell me, Harry. You're saying you're better than that. Where are you going to go?
I'm going to try and speak to Mr. Levy.
You're going to Spurs.
I want to try and go there.
Well, if I'm John Murto then, and they go, oh, yeah, we want Harry Maguire. I go, wait a minute. Okay. At the very least, goodwill gesture, negotiate with us for Harry Kane then. I'm not saying Maguire's going to do that, but at the very least, let's talk. Because at the moment, you're not even answering the phone. You're not even listed. You said you'd have to be killed to sell Harry Kane. I'm not saying Maguire means you're going to sell him, but can we talk? Can we talk about this?
Maguire for Serie A makes too much sense. Could he go to Serie A? Play for Inter, AC?
You know what? Yeah. I watched Napoli. That Europa League. I watched that Europa League final.
Just Smalling just headering it out every minute. Like he could do that.
What, he was really good. He was really good. And shout out Ricky, because I remember way back when he said Smalling is better than Maguire. And you know what, Flex? He was right.
Oh, of course he was.
Right.
He was right a long time ago.
Is better than Harry Maguire. And it wasn't just like you said, that final on Wednesday that proved it. Probably the last few years, really, when you compare what Maguire's
he's been there. He's been there 4 years.
And exactly. And I was once again watching it on Wednesday. I was like, Chris Smalling's playing well in this one.
I said, who cares where Maguire goes as long as he leaves? I don't give a rat's ass, basically. Which I essentially you're right. I'm not saying this isn't like, we want the best move for him, and he does that. We're just trying to work out who's even going to part ways with money. to get him.
Because it's
That's
not
why
going to
we're
be this
talking about
deal.
it.
It's not going to be this deal. You know what I mean? I don't think.
No, I don't. I don't think it's going to be this deal. But then again, and also, I'm saying that Harry Maguire, I think he thinks he's better than that, and he's had a taste of what it is to be like near the top. But also, he is in a position now where he might look at it and say, I can't go up from here. Like I was saying about Wan-Bissaka. And this is actually out of more respect for Wamby, because he's having an impact on this team and is actually really good. But like, it's just, in principle, like a player, he can't leave here and go up levels to Barca, to Real Madrid, to Bayern, to other Premier League top fives clubs or whatever. But in terms of like Harry Maguire, it's the same thing. He can maybe make a downgrade to Spurs, but other than Spurs, I don't think it's going to be this Chelsea thing. I don't see how he can go anywhere. Juve.
Robbie says, I'd say Harry to Spurs at best, but Everton, West Ham, something like that. I'd say Everton wouldn't even be shocked me. Sean Dyche, centre back. I know Everton are a mess financially, and the last 2 seasons they've just survived by the skin of their teeth, and they absolutely could be in the exact same position next season. It wouldn't be surprising. I could see him going to Everton, though. And if he's going to talk about international football, Everton's goalkeeper's England's number 1. So it wouldn't mean he doesn't get picked.
Yeah, and Gareth Southgate just needs to see him playing regularly.
He just wants him to play. That's all he cares.
Papa J is right. Southgate fully said he's our best defender, you know. Like Papa J said, with chest. Southgate actually claimed he was our best defender. Still can't believe he said it with chest.
Oh, yeah. And actually, speaking of that, because he said that he was United's best defender with chest. Also, I believe, and you can mention this to Danny Murphy when you're on 5 next, didn't he say that Southgate should be Man United's next manager, or a consideration for that?
Did he say that? If you can get me a clip and some proof, Danny, next Wednesday, I'm bringing it up. You make a note of that. I know you will go and find that clip. That is, look at Owen, look at him, look at his face. When Owen is looking for something, you guys always think you say Owen has receipts. This is because in the daytime when nothing's happening, he's on there.
Memory. It's just memory. Yeah. I've already found it.
Send me it.
Former Liverpool star Danny Murphy explains why Manchester United should have hired England boss Gareth Southgate over Erik ten Hag as their new manager. Factual.
But is that a clickbait title? What did he say in that? I need to see. I need the real, before I go to him and say, Danny, because we're actually on the take on, it is about bad takes, and I can just rewind and say, oh, Danny, a year ago you said this, mate. But I need the factual words he said.
When asked who he would pick for the Manchester United job, Southgate and assistant Steve Holland or Ten Hag, Murphy said Gareth and Steve. When pressed on why, he said, I know them. I think they've come a long way, the pair of them, and have a great partnership. What they've achieved with England and managing big players, Gareth has evolved into a very intelligent football manager. With Steve by his side, they would do a great job at a big club. What United need now isn't all about on the pitch. They will be judged on that, but initially, what do United need? They need someone to bring together the squad and try and create unity, atmosphere, and energy that England have. I think that would be fair. What Ten Hag has done, of course, it is credible, winning the league 3 times with Ajax, and he did it right with Utrecht. He's not managed big players at a big club, so we don't know how he's going to deal with that pressure. Every part of his life will be magnified, whether that will be the wrong shop at the wrong time or drives the wrong car. Everything he does is now going to be talked about. He said he would rather have Gareth Southgate and Steve Holland as the manager at Manchester United.
Well, there isn't any more banter rights than that, is there? Well, Danny's got some explaining to do. I'll be on to the producers at 5 and see what we can muster.
So next time he gives you shit and he goes, David Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, you go, wait a minute, Danny. Yeah. You wanted Gareth Southgate at Manchester United as manager. And you know what? The Liverpool legend wanted that. I wonder why. Squish cheat.
100%. You guys got some super chats to read out, which we're going to do right now, Tavislow. Big up to you. Ahmed said, even with Todd Bowley in charge, Chelsea can't be that stupid to swap for a fridge. Mark Platinum Bridge. What a name. Not Gold Bridge. Not Silver Bridge. Not Bronze Bridge. It's Platinum. Platinum Bridge. I like that. Messi and Welbeck on a free. I mean, never going to happen, but, you can... I was going to say dream of Messi, but yeah. What, you wouldn't take Messi, Owen? You're saying Messi is not better than Weghorst.
Are you saying that Messi isn't as good as Facundo Pellistri? Is that what you're saying?
Lil Yo says, send him to Juve/Barca, activate hella levers. Okay, right. And Mark Platinum-Bridge come through with another super chat saying, Prime Jones or Prime Maguire? What is Prime Maguire? What is that?
Prime Jones any day. Phil Jones wasn't a bad defender.
100%.
You know what I mean?
He's injured.
Yeah. It wasn't horrible.
Yeah, it's a non-question, but I just, because it was so intrigued, I was like, what is a Prime Maguire? Leicester. What is Prime Maguire?
Prime Maguire, I think, is probably World Cup 2018. That's probably Prime Maguire, isn't it? That's what people would say. You know, and
is it not the bit where people thought he was really good, so he should go Man United, including us? Ain't that Prime Maguire?
You know what Prime Maguire
that crossover between like back end of the season where he came. What was that? 19. That summer, wasn't it?
2018 into 2018 was the World Cup, and then he was at Leicester for another season, and he came 2019. Yeah. Maybe that's
and then Ashley Young went in the January straight after in 20. So surely Prime Maguire is when we all looked at him at Leicester and gone, I tell you what, he's good on the ball, he's good in the air, he's exactly what we need. Because Owen, you're the receipts, man.
No, I'm not saying.
And this was before the channel was even thought of, by the way.
No,
I know for a fact, many of us, I'm not going to say all of you guys at home because that's unfair, but I know for a fact most Man United fans were like, get him quick. To the point where they were saying no for ages. And was going, just pay the money. Just pay the 80 million. Just pay the money. So that's probably Prime Maguire, isn't it, surely?
Yeah.
Has to be.
Yeah.
Look at us now. Can't flog him for 40. 2001 says, I think Dalot should play right wing. However good Grealish is, not great defensively. Rodri will have to cover, leaving space in midfield. I mean, talk about Eric Ten Hag having a specific plan or, something up his sleeve for City. Could it be something as drastic as that? Play Dalot
he's
right
not
wing?
That kind of guy. He's not. Pep's that kind of guy that he will spring a surprise and do something a bit different. And like I said, I said this in the preview, I wouldn't even be shocked if all of this talk about Fred on De Bruyne, if the team news comes out and De Bruyne on the bench.
No, I'd be shocked if De Bruyne was on the bench.
I wouldn't be shocked, Flex. I wouldn't.
Nah, you got to be. De Bruyne in an FA final. I know they got the Champions League
final. I know FA Cup final, that kind of stuff. But
people saying he's top 5 midfielders of all time. You don't go on the bench.
I understand that, but it's not as if like the drop off without him is ginormous. They've played big games with him being on the bench or being injured, and they're essentially the same. Obviously, they're better with De Bruyne, but he might just think, "Oh, spring a surprise! I'll bring De Bruyne on 60 minutes." I wouldn't be shocked by it.
James Sweeney says, I'm 30 on Sunday. Happy birthday for Sunday. Happy early birthday, James. It's a big 3-0 as well. But he does say, hopefully United don't ruin my birthday. What I would say to you, James, is regardless of the result, well, not regardless, obviously if they win, then you're going to have an amazing birthday. But if we do lose, don't let it spoil your birthday. Life is bigger than football. You are about to hit the big 3-0. Probably got something planned. Hopefully you got something planned with your family, your loved ones, your friends, whoever it is, and you've reached 30, bro. So, James, that's the most important thing. I get what you're saying. The day after losing the final wouldn't feel great, but don't let it do that. Don't let it do that, bro. You hit 30. It's a big milestone. Lil Yo-Yo says Owen left the cupboard, even got a tan.
This is the annoying thing as well. I was saying this to Flex too. Like when I get sunburnt, it doesn't turn into a tan. I just get red. And then I go back to being really, really pale. But, Flex, maybe that's the perfect segue into why I have a tan at the moment, of a sunburn, is yesterday we were outside Wembley. We filmed a preview, and we also filmed a very special opening, which I want to get some things off my chest about it, okay? Yeah. But I feel like first it should be played. So this is a rallying cry. This is a message to everyone, to all United fans around the world and in some fictitious places. Point to the head to believe.
I'm calling on Manchester United fans around the world to believe. Fans from America, fans from Europe, fans from Asia, fans from Africa, fans from Manchester, of course, and London, where most of us are from. And most importantly, fans from the Nag's Head in Peckham, where Del Boy and Rodney reside.
From Metropolis to Central City, to Gallifrey, to Gotham, from the fiery pits of Mustafar to the sandy shores of Tatooine, for Wakanda.
Manchester United fans outside of the realm of time, from outside and believers within the conscious and deep within the subconscious, and from the Shire. 100% we believe we can beat City.
The time is now.
Nah, we're not AFTV, we're not Robbie. We're going.
100% Owen! 100% Fleck! We must believe!
And do you know what's crazy, about that is that clearly that is a parody, right? Clearly that is a joke. Some of the responses, I cannot believe you've jinxed us like this. I can't believe you've copied what Robbie did, all this kind of stuff. I'm going, the places that I said Flex, none of them exist. None of them exist.
I said the Knights Head in Peckham.
Marcel said Manchester United fans outside of the realm of time. And people are like, I can't believe you jinxed us. Jinxed us?
Yeah. I think a lot of people, there was a lot of people who I had to say, watch the end. I think they just saw the first 5 seconds, clicked it off, and then went to respond.
Yeah.
So there you go. It was just a bit of fun. Like Lil Yo-Yo says, you're getting clipped. Well, look, what will happen if we do lose is people will clip just the bit of the beginning, where it looks like I'm just doing it. But we all know what it was. And you know what? We have to, if you want to be a Manchester United fan like we are, you want to be involved in the big games, man. You have to embrace the big games. You have to have fun with it. Like life is short, man. You have to embrace every moment. This is massive. This is huge. And this is why you're a football fan. You can lose or you can win. That's football. That's football. That's how it goes. So in the moment of a big game, you go in there, you believe, and you just enjoy it. What happens. If you have to, look what happened to me with the 7-0 at Liverpool. Like what? I had to go in and get cooked. It happens. If we win, I get to say
it always comes back around as well, yeah? It always comes back around because, again, the 7-0 stuff happened, and then what happened at the end of the season, who gets top 4? Us and not them, So it always comes back around.
Fletch, you won your bet for Núñez and Rashford. Did Rory remind you? What, did I have a bet with Rory Jennings about Núñez and Rashford?
Look at you making these bets and not remembering your debts.
Still need to pay Cecil, actually. He keeps reminding me about that.
And KG still needs to eat chili, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I'm not good at remembering debts. I do just forget about them. Someone put that in there. Shandare Singh, please either show me the clip or tell me what video it's from. Tell me what I said. Tell me what happened. And I'm going to collect my money. If I even put money on it. Because I can't remember what I said. But yeah, we shall see. Smash a like on the video. 1,300 of you UV people watching at the moment, which is amazing. Owen, what have we got next?
Next, we've got Rasmus Hojlund. A bit of an update when it comes to the young Danish striker. It was reported yesterday that United have held exploratory talks regarding the striker. A bit of an update on it. Samuel Luckhurst from the Manchester Evening News has said that Erik ten Hag has held multiple video calls with Rasmus Hojlund. And a bit more of an update as to how smooth this whole process could be. Laurie Whitwell is reporting that Hojlund is joining the SEG agency, whose co-founder, Kees Vos, represents Erik ten Hag, or should I say Erik ten Hag, and is a regular in the Old Trafford director's box. Football director John Murtough has held talks with Atalanta over Hojlund, the 20-year-old Danish international. So, and also it was said yesterday by Laurie Whitwell that in addition to if we signed Hojlund, the expectation is United want a more experienced striker as well. So it's not just going to be Hojlund. The hope is that it would be Hojlund plus another striker, an experienced striker, whoever that may be. But Flex, there does look like there's definitely meat to this one with Ten Hag already calling him. Ten Hag's already calling him. I will say, when it comes to Ten Hag calling anyone, I still remember last year, every day he was on the phone to Frankie. Didn't happen.
Exactly.
Yeah? Didn't happen.
Yeah.
So that feels like sort of transferees, that kind of weird transfer. Like he's calling them every day. He's calling them every day. Video calls. They're on Zoom together. They're on a StreamYard like this.
Microsoft Teams.
Yeah, the team's in. But the whole thing about him possibly joining the same agency as Ten Hag is significant. I believe that was what happened with Malacia last season, or he was part of the same agency anyway. And then that one kind of happened basically overnight, didn't it? So I'm feeling quite confident about this one. He's a United fan as well. Young striker. He's not the solution to our striking options right now. He could be in the future. But what do you think about all of the Hojlund developments over the last couple of days?
Just quickly, we've only got 234 likes, which is kind of a disgrace and cheat. That's all I'm going to say. Could we just hit the like button, see if we can get to 500? Got nearly 1,400 people watching. Ratio is not really ratioing. If you can, it would be great. If not, no problem. But please do. Please hit the like button. I can see members chats there.
It is a problem. Click the like button. Just gracious cheat. Yeah. Otherwise, Mr. Phelan's going to come in here. And you know what that means? Everyone gets told off.
Yeah. And it's a bit long. And we can see the members chats and other super chats as well to get through. So I will do that. We got through most of them actually. But yeah. What do I think about that? I mean, look, it is happened with Malacia, didn't it? With the same agent and, you know, the kind of familiarity there going on. And something's brewing. I think when people like Laurie Whitwell, who are really well placed, have a lot of people in the club that they know and have good sources of information, him and others are sort of, you know, reporting quite strongly that, you know, the interest is there. The talks are happening for this young kid, Hojlund. It looks positive. I'd say it looks positive. Again, I know it's old school and it's cliche, but until the players holding up the shirt, you know.
I'm old school, me.
But I think it's positive signs. It is definitely positive signs. But I think it is important to remember what you said though. Just because Erik ten Hag is having face-to-face contact with him, it doesn't mean anything. I know it's a different profile of player, a young kid from Atalanta this time instead of Frankie de Jong from Barcelona, but it still means nothing. But it doesn't. We can't take that for like, oh yeah, we'll get him then. He's going to get charmed by Erik ten Hag, so it should happen. But it's not the same mammoth size of deal, is it, as the Frankie de Jong one? And you're not dealing with Barcelona in a complex situation and all this. And
you're dealing with a player that actually wants to come.
As well. Also, we're told. But yeah, exactly. A player who wants. To. Just quickly before we carry on Hojlund, Mutada says, "Fun fact, Owen: Tatooine is actually a city in Tunisia, where they shot the first Star Wars. We still have the buildings pristine there."
Yeah, it's where those sort of Tatooine shots are filmed. Yeah.
Oh well, I'd never heard of it before. Yesterday, I said, "What is that?"
Well, when I was naming some of those places, the blank look you were giving me for some of them was quite hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, I just
Lex was just assuming. Oh, let's go through them.
Like,
let's go through them. Let's go through them. See if you know what they are. Metropolis.
Yeah, that's where Superman lives.
Okay.
Yeah.
Central City.
Central City. I've heard of Central Perk on Friends. Central City. Batman's Gotham. Central City. I've not heard of that one.
It's a DC superhero, if that helps. A big DC superhero. It's the superhero that you got mixed up with another one a while ago.
Oh, Flash Gordon and Flash.
Yeah, Flash. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, but see, I don't watch the DC ones because they're supposed to be the rubbish ones, isn't it? All you comic people say that it's all about Marvel, isn't it?
Okay, so we've done Gotham. You know who Gotham? Gallifrey. I think I told you this yesterday.
I think you did. It's the not Star Wars. It's Shit, did you even tell me? I can't remember.
I did tell you yesterday because you looked at me and went, "What's Gallifrey?"
Star Wars was the Tatooine one, isn't it? So it's not that.
Yeah.
Gallifrey, is that Lord of the Rings?
No.
Is it?
It's iconic in here in the UK.
Trek.
No, iconic. We're talking BBC. Iconic, one of the crown jewels of sci-fi here in the UK.
Oh, no, it's not Game of Thrones.
I'm talking David Tennant, Peter Capaldi, Christopher Eccleston. If I say David Tennant, what comes to your mind? David Tennant.
I don't know
who did he play? Oh, Fleck. Don't know who David Tennant is?
No.
Police box.
A police box?
Yeah.
A police box? What do you mean a police box? I got no clue.
I had to get rid of him. I mean, how does he not know who Doctor Who is? Doctor Who, Fleck. Doctor Who.
I've never watched a Doctor Who episode. I've never seen.
Yeah,
Doctor Who
but
in my
even
life.
if you have,
I've seen a Dalek
iconic.
before.
It's
Wait, is the
iconic.
Dalek from Doctor Who?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that, and he gets in the phone box.
Yeah. But it's not a phone box. It's a police box. It says police on it.
But what's the police? What happens in there?
A
What is
police
that?
box. They used to be around in like I think it's like 50s and 60s.
Oh, it's where you can call the police.
Call the police.
Oh, right. I've never seen Doctor Who in my life, so mate. Where's he from? What place is it called?
Gallifrey.
The
other two places.
Doctor what? Not Doctor Who. Doctor what in the earth is that? Doctor what? I don't know.
I mean,
Doctor
that's
Doctor Who's
even,
rubbish, though, isn't it? Hardly
even
anyone likes that.
Hardly anyone. It's like there's a cultural British institution. It's huge.
Yeah, but there was a new one as well. There was a new one as well, isn't it?
There is the new one. It's still going.
Is it?
David Tennant's back to being the Doctor again.
Oh, come on.
But you don't know who he is. That's
no, but I still know that they shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have done that.
Fleck, man, honestly.
Disgrace cheats.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Whatever.
I have heard of the Nag's Head in Peckham, though.
Yeah, whatever. Let's move on. You've upset me.
Rubbish. Never seen it in my life.
McTominay exchanging the Rice deal.
He's actually pissed off.
Yes, Flex. This came from the Daily Mail, who also, we kind of touched on this earlier, to be fair, saying that Manchester United could offer players such as Scott McTominay in part exchange for Declan Rice. Could you see that one happening? I could see something in that.
Scott McTominay for Declan Rice.
Yeah, plus money.
It's part of money. Yeah, I can see that. We'll still have to put an awful lot on top.
How much?
Minimum 65, probably 70. They want they're valuing him at the 100, man. They are, or thereabouts.
Apparently way more than that.
There you go.
120.
There you go. So and that's obviously the highest end. So the middle point would probably be around 90 to 100. Yeah. So if we're going off that, McTominay's worth what? 25, 30 tops.
He's worth more.
Yeah, you saying more?
He's worth more. Why is it that all of these players that are hugely inflated, apart from when they're Man United players? I saw something the other day saying that United had slashed their asking price of Anthony Elanga to 10 million.
Yeah.
And I know like Anthony Elanga's not the most amazing player in the world, but still, he's a Premier League player, plays for Man United. Yeah, 10 million. Yeah. Flex, today, 10 million is nothing.
He's my guy as well, but he's not had a good time, man.
Yeah, I know that. But today, 10 million is nothing.
No, it's not. 35. All right, let's say 40. Some people saying they're 40 tops. 40 million. Even if we did that, okay, we'd have to give at least 50 on top. Which is not bad. I mean, because actually, we didn't buy Scott. Obviously, come through the academy. So,
well, and also you're saying to West Ham, you're helping them out because not only obviously you're giving them money, but you're saying, look, I know Scott McTominay is not Declan Rice. I'm not saying that he is. But you're saying, look, I'm giving you a midfielder does a similar kind of role to him. Obviously, it's not the best, most amazing, perfect replacement, but you're probably not going to get a perfect replacement for Declan Rice. But we're giving you a midfielder who's athletic. We're giving you a midfielder that can get around. We're giving you a midfielder that has scored goals this season for us, not loads. But from West Ham's point of view, it's not a terrible deal, that really. No,
and look, Show Ram says we only got 16 million for Garner, but I'm like, he hardly played in the first team. That's good, Mike. That's good. I was like 16 million for James Garner. What's he done?
Yeah, but today, Flex, it's nothing, isn't it?
It's nothing, but he ain't done that because he's done nothing.
Yeah, but he played in the Championship and played in a promotion-winning side. Nowadays, that'll get you at least sort of 20 million plus.
You think
it would? Yeah, of course it would.
Because sometimes we overhype the play. Like
it's not even overhyping.
£15 million.
I'm not.
And that's with the tax included.
I'm not saying James Garner's amazing. I'm saying that's what the market is. That's how crazy the market is. You've got people in the Championship that are buying players for like 20 million or 20 plus million. In England, the football finances are out of control. I can't believe it that teams in the Championship can spend that kind of money, and they do. So James Garner, if he's a Man United player and he's just won a promotion, then you go at least 20, 25. That's United need to be better. with that.
Yeah. Oh, we definitely need to be better at selling, but I don't think James Garner's could have gone for much more than 16 million.
Like Lil Yo-Yo
maybe
said,
at a push, like 18
White.
maybe.
Forest
But,
bought him for 44 million.
yeah. But he'd been playing in the Prem before, even though he was rubbish at Wolves and had a bit about him. Like, he hardly made the first team appearance for Man United. He played in the Championship the whole time. He had a spell at Watford that didn't go so well, and then went to Nottingham Forest and then done well, and then they got promoted in one season. Like, it's not...
How much did Anthony Gordon go for this season?
Yeah, he went for a lot because why he kept
60.
Everton up the season before.
Did he?
And
that's
and he was not but the season before
even
when he come
last
onto the season,
he went amazing.
He his second half of it, or was it the first half he was good, then the second half he was crap. Should never have been that much. But obviously you're trying to buy from a relegation team, and then it goes into what that team says he's worth. Do you know what I mean?
I'm just saying,
what's James Garner done for us where we can say, nah, he's so important to us that he I don't know, man. Yeah,
how much when Liverpool sold was it Solanke to Bournemouth? How much did he go for?
Like 20 in it.
Yeah, and he did nothing.
Yeah, right. So James Garner is 4 million less than that. It's not like,
but this is what I'm saying. But Alanga, you said Alanga, they're saying 10 million. He's actually done stuff in the Premier League, and he scored goals in the Champions League as well.
Yeah, he scored like one in the Champions League.
You can get better.
He should be going for minimum 15, pushing 20.
Something. Yeah. And again, it's not necessarily. That's not me saying like, oh, he's a 20 million pound player. He's amazing. That's me saying that's what the market is. It's crazy. The prices are so out of hand
for players that haven't done nothing, basically.
Yeah, we've done nothing.
Yeah, yeah. Like remember, Ryan Brewster got Champions League medal and then went to Sheffield United. Can't even get in.
20 million. Yeah. 20.
Again, so Garner's like 4 million off, but it's just this Garner one. I'm like 16's not. It's not that bad. It's not. But Alanga for 10 million.
We can do better. We can do better.
But we don't. Like you said though, the point what you're making is, which I do agree with, we don't sell well enough. We don't. We don't ooze. Dan James is like our third expensive sale.
One of the highest ones, yeah. But and also as well, you would say with like Alanga, you know those reports that were out there saying, oh, there's like 11 or 12 teams in for him. Well, I'm sure there are at 10 million because they're like, oh, it's a steal. That's hardly any money. Sometimes in certain circumstances, we have to reduce that transfer price because their wages are so high, and that's the only way we can convince clubs to purchase. I can understand that one, but sometimes I'm like, yeah, come on, we're shit selling. We're not.
Oh, we are rubbish. And it gets worse. Sort of the more senior the player, actually. You know, Herrera walked out for free, didn't he? You know, when we sold on Lukaku, we pretty much recouped, didn't we? Or we didn't. We took a bit of a hit on that actually. Where did Lukaku go straight after us? Then Chelsea?
Went to Inter for a season, then went to Chelsea, then went back on loan, and now it's going to be really.
Now Arsenal want him.
Really? Do Arsenal want Lukaku?
Nah. It's my boy Darren Brent. He said that he'd take him in a heartbeat, and then AFTV posted it. So I just trolled him. I said, "Oh, you guys used to laugh at him for having Timberland boots, and now you'll put Jesus on the left for him." It's interesting how things work. But then all the Arsenal fans were rattled in the comments saying, "One fan doesn't represent us. We never said that. Darren Brent doesn't represent the whole." You know, I'm gonna ask Darren about that. Say, listen, disgrace cheat. You want Lukaku, mate? Yeah, I mean,
that's such a weird time of Lukaku being at Man United, isn't it?
Yeah,
kind of
started off good, man.
I remember him scoring his goals against West Ham at Old Trafford. I remember the way that transfer happened as well, because all summer we're getting Morata. He dyed his hair red. Do you remember that? He dyed his hair red. Morata's coming to United. And the next thing you knew is from Lukaku, and because Lukaku was going to Chelsea, next thing you know, Lukaku's coming United. Agent Pogba
maybe is in LA. Yeah.
Who got the better of that deal?
We did. Definitely.
I think we did.
100%. 1,000,000%. Morata was crap for Chelsea. Like proper crap.
Yeah.
Like proper shit. Look, at least Lukaku did have a period where he did score goals. And then it just got to like his confidence couldn't control the ball properly. You know, all his stuff. And then he went to Inter, found himself again and was powerful and scoring goals. And it's all about the environment, isn't it?
I was going to say, what do you reckon he would be like if he was still at United now under Eric Ten Hag?
As an actual striker. The link up, I don't know if it wouldn't. I don't know if it'd be clean enough link up wise. Eric Ten Hag clearly wants that person, striker who is. Look at the profile again. Like Martial, he's tried to make it work for him because he likes that. Harry Kane can do it. You know, Lukaku's not that good at that.
And Lukaku has his injury issues as well.
Has his injury issues. So
you know
again,
what?
it's gone.
I've just got flashbacks. You know what used to piss me off so much with Romelu Lukaku is the great pass or great through ball, whoever before, he'll sky it over the bar, turn around, thumb up.
Yeah.
Mate, you've just missed 4 sitters.
Yeah.
Thumb up. Oh. Romelu.
But he is a goal scorer. He is a goal scorer. When he's in form, he is a goal scorer. You can't take that away from him. But he just doesn't have that technical ability that Ten Hag is going to be looking for. It just isn't there. Do you know what I mean? But he did score goals for Man United. He did. Oh, what was that game? Was it against Southampton away in the pink kit where he just fell over the ball? Or was it Arsenal away? He tried to trap it and he just fell over and hurt his ankle.
Honestly.
Someone put that in the chat what game that was. I think it was Southampton away. I remember him being in the pink kit and he just rolled over the ball and hurt himself.
Also, Flex, and this is kind of getting off the transfer news at the moment.
Yeah.
I've just kind of clocked,
Yeah.
FA Cup final tomorrow.
Yeah. I know. I know.
We were talking about this before we started filming the preview yesterday, and be sure to check it out. But I'm with big games like this, I'm kind of a bit strange. Like, I don't really get tied into the build up until like the day of, or as I say, the only time I start to get nervous is when like the players are in the tunnel and they're walking out on the pitch or they're lined up and all that kind of stuff. I see something that Sir Alex Ferguson and Mike Summerby are going to be, I think, like putting out the match ball tomorrow or something like that. And obviously it's the FA Cup final. And what happens in the FA Cup final, the managers lead their players onto the pitch as well, and all that kind of stuff. I think that's when I'll get nervous. But as of right now, just over 24 hours away from kickoff, has it hit you yet? And let us know in the chat as well. Has it hit you yet? Are you starting to feel those nerves, or have you kind of blocked it out and a bit like, I'm not really thinking about it too much?
No, I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about it like what a feeling it would be to beat them, man. Like if we did it, you know, if we did it tomorrow. And it has come really quick, actually. I haven't been as nervous as I thought I would be in this build-up. But trust me, when I'm driving down to Wembley tomorrow and I park up wherever I park up and I hit Wembley Way and see all the fans. And I got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow as well to give predictions. I've got to do Sky Sports with Darmesh, be doing Talk Sport, and some other bits. And it's like, when I start doing those things live on the day and the team sheet gets released, and yeah, it is. Because I think you don't want to sound defeatist, right? But like, the first thing I'm going is like, I think we can win this game. I think we can win this game, seriously. But I'm like, please, I know you shouldn't think like this. I'm like, please don't go down in history as like a walk in the park for Man City where they absolutely destroy, like 5-0, something stupid. I don't think that's going to happen. I'll put it on the line now. I don't care about judge and jinx. No, this is the time to be real as a fan. I don't think we get steamrolled. I don't think we will. I think we'll give a good account of ourselves, and I think we'll be right at it. Yeah, I just believe that. Like I think you said, will we win City? And someone beat City, and someone said it's because we have to. It's different now. That was the rationale.
Like
they've got to run for their lives. If we're going to beat City, we have to play a perfect game with hardly any mistakes, if any. And do we need City to be off it? Not necessarily that, because you do it a bit, but we need to be so good that we either didn't let City get to a top level, you know, where we're making it uncomfortable, we're winning our challenges. They're a bit shocked of like, bloody hell, I didn't think Man United would be like this. Or we're really stubborn, they can't break us down. We're looking dangerous on the counter attack. We're not giving away silly free kicks edge of the box. You know, we have to try and frustrate them in some way. So we do need them to be a little bit off. But every man to a T who steps on that pitch tomorrow for Man United has to play a minimum 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I think you're right. I do think that because City are so good, they do have to be off it, or we have to force them to be somewhat off it. Because you look at, again, when we beat them in January, I remember second half and for the first half, they had a lot of the ball, didn't they? But they really didn't create all that much. It was actually only when Grealish scored that they went, oh, they've created something. But they didn't.
Exactly.
Apart from that, De Gea really didn't have many saves to make.
He didn't.
They kind of locked off Erling Haaland. Grealish.
That's the type of game it needs to be again.
It needs to be like that, where, again, City will have so much of the ball. It might be like 70% of the ball, something like that. But you just need to have it as a thing where they've got it, but they are just going side to side, or they are trying to go through the lines and they can't.
We're comfortable.
It needs to be one of those games. My prediction was 2-1 because I just don't know if I'm not sure. I mean, we've been really good defensively at times this season, particularly at home, neutral grounds. Even when we were at Wembley this season, we've been good. I think we haven't conceded at Wembley, have we, this season? And we've been there twice. So we have it in us to lock them off for a game, but I just think City is City. I do think they'll get
Probably
a goal.
Score.
So
I think we have to score first. I know, like, it's cliche when people say first goal is so important, but I just think for this Man United side, and I know we came back from behind to beat them at Old Trafford, but I just think this is it's different. But whatever happens in the game, we have to believe. During the game, before the game, 1-0 down or whatever, we have to believe. We've got to.
If we do concede, this is the important thing too. Like we did in January, if we do concede, we just can't capitulate, which we have done quite a few times this season. If you do concede early, or they start really well and they're flying on us and they're putting us under pressures, you've just got to somehow take the sting out of the game, settle down, manage the occasion, which we just haven't done on many occasions this season. We have done it because I remember the Carabao Cup final at points, Newcastle were on top, and we did hold that occasion out. And obviously the Newcastle fans, they were loud at Wembley as well as the United fans, but United held it together. They managed the occasion. People like Varane and Casemiro stepped up and sort of held the team together. And we're going to need to do that tomorrow because
those two are massive. They're huge. Just quickly, Vera says that get as many corners as you can and score from set pieces. Set pieces are so underrated. When it was nip and tuck against Newcastle, where they actually started on the front foot and quite well, actually, all of a sudden you can see the set piece. Like it just deflates a team. And I'm not saying that obviously City would be down and out from a set piece if they went 1-0 down. They'd pretty much carry on going. You know what I mean? But it does take the wind out of teams, and Casemiro getting forward and getting his head on the end of things. Like we have to be looking at set pieces as well, because chances might be scarce during the game. Clear cut, like should have scored, and we have to be clinical in any chance. Like
that's
I said, the margin.
Too. Yeah,
you're not going to
get. And we're not.
We're not clear one-on-one. And Rashi didn't quite tuck it away,
Anthony,
someone snatched it, Anthony, whatever. Like you can't afford. The stakes are too high. And
that's the thing. In some of those big games that we have won this season against City, I think about, Garnacho put the ball in the box, Rashford one-touch score. Or when we beat Arsenal at home, what was it, 3-1, 3 counter-attacks, 3 goals. You know what I mean? That kind of clinical nature. It needs to be that when we play Liverpool.
It's not about playing the better football. We don't have to play the better football.
If you're through on goal, because the way City play, and if we do execute our counter-attacks well, we will get a chance. We will get a chance of one-on-one. Because I know City are great, but all fantastic teams, most of them, they'll always give you a chance or a half chance. It might only be one in the game. It might be one, or there might be 2 of them. You have to take them, because if you take them, it changes the game completely. But what we can't have is what we have some of United a lot this season, where it's, first 5 minutes, we have an unbelievable chance, a one-on-one, or an opportunity to cross it where we don't, or something like that, and we miss. Because when you do that, psychologically, your own players think, shit, that was the one. That was the one. You know when it's the one, don't you? So you need to take that chance. To be honest, actually, Rashford being up front, when he's been up front this season, he's been fairly clinical in those kind of one-on-one situations. So believe, Flex, believe. Point to the head, believe.
Minna said Fred is scoring the winner. Mate, imagine. There's no way about the Luke Shaw thing, is there? Playing centre-back?
I don't think so.
Dalot left-back?
I think Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Varane, Shaw.
Yeah. I would go with it. I mean, it's a big one for Lindelof. But I think we have to believe. I think we have to, he's earned that spot as well, by the way. You know, he's earned the right. And what we missed with Luke Shaw being left back as well at this stage, I just think, keep the players in their positions, you know. And Fred's got to start, man. I'll be shocked if he doesn't. He's got to start.
We've got super chats, Flex. We've only got 3 minutes left.
Oh yes. Where are we? I'm fighting on Sunday. It might be there tomorrow. Oh, here you go. No, we'll start from that one. Anton says, it's my birthday tomorrow. Another birthday. I'm going to the game, and I've had 100 on United to win. Glory, Man United. What's the odds on that?
Good return.
Yeah, you get a good return on that for sure. Ahmed, rumor has it Robbie is a pescatarian now. Yep. Had bigger fish to fry all season. Didn't want to eat his fish. Or only wants to eat fish, pescatarian. Yeah, I ran my bet. So I think, is it with Ade Oladipo? I think I do remember that, actually. Orange Creds has become the latest UV member to join the club. Big up to you, Orange Creds. Thank you for joining. Really appreciate that. J Money Boy says, what's happening with Osman? Also, that vid was jokes. # Robbie Remix. Yeah, it was Robbie Remix. Osman, just, again, like we thought, it's just going to go away. I just don't think we're going to go in for him. He's too expensive. I can't see it happening at all. Said Saeed, I think Ali says, Flex and Owen, do you remember when Kevin De Bruyne was at Chelsea? Let him go. Now look at him. Maybe Mason Mount is going to be like that. We have to believe. Well, being the next Kevin De Bruyne is a big one. But I get where you're coming from in terms of just because Chelsea don't want him or he didn't work out at Chelsea doesn't mean he's finished. And yeah, some people buy into this thing of, if they don't want him, well, he can't be very good. He's crap. So why should we want him? You know, a lot of people saying happy birthday as well to Anton. So big up to you, man. Really appreciate that. Right, straight after this, guys, you are going to get our trip to Carrington with our catch up with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Wambi. Really good interview, man. Aaron doesn't like talking a lot. You know, he's quite quiet and he says a lot of funny things, actually, in this interview. A lot of things that make you understand more about him. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a good day, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. And actually, it was with the Man United Foundation as well, and those young kids got to meet their heroes, which was wicked. So if you literally stay here, you're going to get directed. There's 1,500 of you now. 1,500 of you can go straight over to see what Wambi had to say to us. And there's a message to you guys in there as well. So don't miss it. Stay right here. Do not go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Go straight over to the stream. Smash a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. We'll be live later on with the press conference, the big press conference for our game tomorrow at Wembley. It is hotting up. This is it. This is the one. This is why you want to be a Man United fan. Manchester derby at Wembley. Domestically, it don't come much bigger than that, does it? Apart from like, this comes down to the last who's going to win the league. The two have to play against each other. But domestically, for cups, this is as big as it gets. So smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Head straight over to the next stream. Stay right where you are, and we'll see you again later on. Take care, guys. Peace.